Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here for What Culture Gaming, and I just want to talk to you today about death. Or more specifically, I want to talk to you about the upcoming horror games that are shambling their way across a field of bones and up a hill of guts and grimes. Anyway, upcoming horror games. Yes, it's not even summer here in the UK, but I can't wait to get the cold grasp of death on me. So let's... What the hell's going on with this then? Fucking name redacted, not paying their bills again.
Tell me about it.
Fucking hell, man! So yeah, this is Ash. Yeah, you might notice her from What Culture Main and also ThatFilmTheory as my co-presenter. So she's here apparently to help me talk about horror games. It seems to be her shtick. So with that in mind, I'm Jules.
I'm Ash.
And these are 10 upcoming horror games that you must check out. You must.
But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to stay notified. Ding, ding, dong. Number 10, Agony. I just love games that remind me of my comedy stylings, and Agony sure does look impressive, what with the whole, oh shit, this is actually hell setting. This game looks straight out of a metal album cover in all the right ways, and the concept of being able to possess characters in order to advance is certainly intriguing. This is a title which probably won't see you running away all the time like in Outlast or Amnesia, and instead taking the fight to the hell beasts themselves. It's out very soon, so fingers crossed this has some hellish heat upon its release.
9. The Persistence. Annoyingly releasing exclusively for PS4, The Persistence is a science fiction survival horror game made for VR, which is sure to excite Josh at the very least, taking a look at his browser history. We've all seen the virtual reality porn, mate, sorry. Set in the year 2521, the game takes place on a mutant-infested spaceship, tasking players with making their way around and completing objectives while avoiding or eliminating the creepy crew. The Persistence seems to put a lot of emphasis on stealthy gameplay, which will be certifiably terrifying when you think about strapping a sweaty headset to your face and feeling the full force of 4D monsters. Right, Josh? Most impressively, however, the game features an innovative multiplayer mode in which friends can hack their way into the ship's computer systems and help you out by opening doors and distracting enemies. This one's set to release in July of this year.
Number 8, Last Hills. Now, Last Hills is an interesting little project coming from the mind of an 18-year-old South Korean developer. It's a clear riff on the likes of PT, Evil Dead and The Conjuring, but that's not a bad thing by any stretch. Visually, the game looks flawless, even if a little problematic to have all of those licensed products in the game. What are you thinking? But there promises to be plenty of scares come this game's release. When that will be is anyone's guess, but the dev has said within the next 12 months. Bony fingers crossed, eh?
7. Call of Cthulhu. If you're in the mood for some eldritch terrors, Call of Cthulhu, the official video game, is the one for you, scheduled for release at some point in 2018. Cast in the role of a private investigator named Edward Pierce, players will explore the eerie Darkwater Island, where an entire family has been mysteriously murdered. What starts off as a macabre investigation takes a supernatural turn, as Edward uncovers links between the family and the famous Lovecraftian tentacle-faced deity, Cthulhu. Featuring investigating elements, stealth sections, and psychological horror mechanics, Call of Cthulhu is not your average hentai flick. The game features a sanity meter which will wear down over time if you follow the wrong leads or get spotted by monsters, resulting in hallucinations and other gameplay effects. And there will be multiple endings to unlock depending on your final sanity rating and how many clues you manage to find.
Number 6, Moons of Madness. Sticking with the Lovecraftian theme, we have Moons of Madness. Set on Mars, you take the role of an astronaut named Shane Newhart, who starts noticing some unexplained phenomenon occurring around his base. The game's developers, Rock Pocket Games, have set their sights high with this one, aiming to mix cosmic horror, space simulation, and a thought-provoking look at mental health. Ooh, isn't that nice? All together in one big melting pot. The game is marketed as The Martian Meets Lovecraft, and while being the tagline of one of your mother's adult films, there's my one per list, that's an idea that we can very much get behind, just like her. Time will tell if they manage to pull this off, but the footage we've seen so far is promising, showing a mixture of environmental puzzles, eerie locations to explore, and some downright Mars-hole tensioning scares.
5. The Beast Inside. After a successful Kickstarter campaign earlier this year, The Beast Inside has already generated a lot of buzz among horror game fans and has plenty of potential to be a surprise hit. Featuring puzzles, combat, stealth, and more, this game gives players all the options they need to deal with enemies however they like, meaning you can go full Professor Layton or just smack your way to the end. There's a multi-layered plot involving a pair of protagonists investigating the same house in 2 different time periods, and the game takes inspiration from huge horror hits of the past like Amnesia, Silent Hill, and the Resident Evil series, as well as movies like The Conjuring and Shutter Island. 4. We Happy Few. Set in a bizarre dystopian English town in the 1960s, We Happy Few started off as a little indie project but has grown into a full-fledged release. There's a lot of hype around this one and even talk of a movie adaptation, which would be great if we could actually get the damn thing first. From what we've seen so far, We Happy Few looks to have bags of charm and a really unique aesthetic, combining survival and RPG elements in an eerie Orwellian environment. With a procedurally generated open world, no 2 playthroughs will ever be the same, and the game's creepy mass characters look set to provide some intense scares. Despite a lengthy and problematic development process, We Happy Few should finally get its official release later on this year.
Number 3. SCORN. SCORN is, for lack of a better word, f***ing disgusting. H.R. Geiger would not be able to contain the erection he would have for this game, and neither can I. Sorry, Ash. It's a beautiful fusion of organic and mechanical designs that sees your weapons made out of living creatures, and the enemies you face are cruel fusions of pipes and tumorous growths. Beyond the visuals, there lies some meaty puzzle solving and frantic FPS combat, and if it manages to balance the two as well as it does the aesthetic, we could be looking at something as enjoyable as Doom and repulsive as Josh Brown's shirts. We've ripped on him quite a lot today, actually, haven't we? Weirdly, as well, it's coming out in 2 parts, with the first being exclusive to PC, so let's hope it puts its best rotting foot forward first. Number 2. Death Stranding. Starring The Walking Dead's Norman Reedus and Danish movie star Mads Mikkelsen, which is the best name ever, Death Stranding is the next big project for Metal Gear creator and game industry luminary Hideo Kojima. We don't know much about this one when it comes to gameplay or story, but when has that ever been the case with a Kojima game? The man's more obscure than the fans of the band Nails, but equally brilliant. It's going to be set in an open world and will also feature multiplayer elements, so as it strands, it could be a real game changer. Despite being announced way back at E3 of 2016, Death Stranding is still in production and probably won't come out in 2018, but could be seen on PS4s next year. If all the pieces fall into place, this could well turn out to be one of Sony's hottest exclusives.
1. Visage. Visage takes inspiration from PT and Blumhouse-style horror movies, tasking players with uncovering the secrets of a huge house with a harrowing past. As you delve further into the home, you'll relive scenes and memories from the lives of the people who died there, playing out like a live-action haunted house movie. Filled with labyrinthine corridors and grisly rooms, the setting for Visage looks terrifically terrifying and the story sounds interesting too. The developers have promised an 8 to 10 hour story with multiple endings to encourage repeated playthroughs, meaning this could be one of 2018's scariest gaming experiences. Might as well stock up on the spare pants now.
And those are 10 horror games that you must check out. Were you as scared as I was in that?
Yeah, yes.
Poo came out indeed. So let us know down in the comment section below whether or not you've got any other spooky titles that you'd like to share.
Don't forget, like, share and subscribe to What Culture and visit the website for daily news and lists and stuff that we do regularly.
She's on a roll. Brilliant. Anyway, I've been Jules.
I've been Ash.
Had to think about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
And we'll speak to you soon. Bye! Hey guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. Aren't you a star? Don't forget to like, share and subscribe below, and also there's probably more content floating up above my head, so why not check that out as well? Could be a laugh. Probably. 6 out of 10.